day.
This is swarming season right now. It usually is heavy before the real nectar flow because it's a natural propagation of the colony. When it's strong enough that it splits itself, it makes new queens and it gets away because they can't keep growing. They just propagate to make now a new colony, knowing there's food supply going to come, and they could spread and grow. You don't want them to do that, of course, because
Honey with them.
they take half the honey. It just messes things up. So there's ways to stop that, maybe, but they'll still might do it anyway. It's a constant thing you have to do, but then you do get the opportunities to capture a swarm. Thank you. This is a small one, so this would be an after swarm. The initial swarm is big. It's just about half the colony, so lots of times. The other swarms, after swarms, are smaller. Those have virgin queens. The original swarm usually takes the existing queen, not a virgin queen. I'm gonna get on a ladder, put the bucket under it, bang the branch in to make them drop, because I'm not going to cut the branch off the tree. It's rather nice. And then close the lid.
That was quick.
I'm gonna go home, put the swarm in a hive box I have, and I'm gonna put the sugar syrup on top to feed her and feed them. And in a couple days, probably 2 days, probably the weekend. Today is Tuesday. Saturday, I'll probably go in there and see how things are going. If in the meantime we see any pollen, bees bringing pollen into the hive, if they choose to stay there, they could choose to swarm again and not like that location. If they choose to stay there, if pollen starts entering the hive, then colony, we know then that there's a queen present, because they wouldn't bring it in if there was no queen. And that would be great. But if the queen is a virgin queen, which it could be, because it looks like this is an after swarm, after the big swarm comes sometimes littler swarms, there would be virgin queens. So she needs a couple weeks to go out and get bred. She'll take her 2 flights to get bred, and then she comes back and starts laying, but it could take a week for that to take effect. So within 3 weeks, we should have eggs. If we don't, we'll have to get a queen. Frames, they have a lot of queens in the colony, because they hatch afterwards, and then they just grab another one, and they make smaller. They really work well. I mean, if they weren't so screwed up with everything else going on, I guess killing them, they really would make themselves very abundant on the earth, but it just isn't working. But we'll see how it goes. So we'll put these in the hive and see how it works out. It's raining out, so we got to do it on an umbrella, which is good and bad, except the good part is the bees don't fly because their wings are wet, so they really don't like to fly too much. And they fell in the box pretty nice. Didn't even try to fly away. And we'll see what happens in 2 days, 3 days. I'm hoping in 3 days we see pollen going into the hive. All right, here we go. Here we go. Oh, it's not even closed. Just here, put the light down there, and I got it.
Welcome to your new home, honeybees.
It's in a swarm. If there's any space, they say that it's going to. They'll make drone comb pretty quick, for whatever reason. All right, let me go get this bottle.
I think they're happy.
Good.
Give them a little sugar syrup for them all.
Is the honeybee healthy in there?
Nice.
So they're all ready to go on that. That's good. I'm going to use the top board and the other one, and then I just got to get a reducer on this thing.
It's not over. It needs to go to the right.
Oh. Because they're loaded, when they take all the honey, they put it in their honey stomach. They have two stomachs, so they're loaded with honey. The reason they load up it is to start this new colony. So when I put them in the new hive, if they choose to stay there, they will start building honeycomb immediately, because they have to get going. Immediately, they start building the honeycomb in a crazy fashion, because they want the queen to start laying eggs in it, because they have to start the new colony. So that's why also I will feed them, because they have no food stores, no nothing. They have nothing. They're starting from scratch. So maybe we can make this little swarm into a great big hive. Naturally. Well, the first part was natural. I guess it was natural up until I shook it out of the tree. And then it wasn't natural anymore. So partially natural hive. So this is the one that after I put the package in, not shortly after, the week after, I saw multiple.
This was a package from this year?
This is for your package from this year.
Okay.
So I shook it in, and a week later, under the first inspection, I saw.
So what is this one then?
That's yours too. That's another package.
Another package? Let's look through that one first.
Okay.
One. Now the trick is for him not to get us stung here.
Mm-hmm.
If he does everything right, we won't get stung.
I know. He's pretty good.
Below.
I can tell this one's got a queen already. I haven't even looked in him.
Because you've seen it?
I see him bring a lot of pollen in. You don't have an empty super, do you?
I do outside, yeah.
With no frames or anything?
Yeah.
So you bring it out?
Can it be a deep or a medium? Doesn't matter?
No, not deep, it's good.
Okay.
Oh, honey. Can you see it?
Mm-hmm. You're doing good.
You don't have your veil on.
Yeah.
Yeah, stick your finger right in there. You can do that because you don't have your veil on.
Yes.
They're a little shaky, like they may not have a queen in here.
What do you mean? Why?
Well, you see that it's just nervous? They're a little nervous, that's all.
Well, they recognize you.
No, they don't recognize me. They just recognize how gentle I am with them. And I'm not nervous. You nervous?
Mm.
Hmm?
No.
Here's capped over brood right here.
Mm-hmm.
That's not. Okay.
Where would you like it, Pete?
Right over here. Right between these two. Right here. What?
You could have asked for a chair.
No, that's all right. There's a bee on.
I gotcha.
There's a behind. Okay.
Now, is this when you? Oh, that's the one you thought you saw brood and eggs in. Right?
Multiple eggs.
Yeah.
It was minimal cap brood.
I don't see any brood here.
It wasn't much.
I'll tell you what I'm looking for. I'm looking for queen cells. Like this one might have been the one that swarmed.
Oh, okay.
Because that one didn't swarm, didn't have a queen. This one might have swarmed, but they would have made queen cells before she swarmed.
That a remnants of one there or no?
Mm-hmm.
It is?
Yeah. But that's an old one.
When they make queen cells and they don't swarm, what do they just kill the queen that comes out of
Oh
it?
no, they swarm.
Every time they make one?
Yep. Well, they make a lot. They don't make just one. Now there's different types of queen cells. The ones on the bottom tell you that they're not happy with the queen. If they're in the frame at all, like up through here,
Right.
that means that something happened to the queen and they're in panic stage. See? When they make a queen cell, everybody thinks that the bees put an egg in it in the queen cell.
Right.
No, the queen goes in and lays it in there because that's what they want it to do. And whatever they want the queen to do, she does what they want. But then when she sees all these queen cells, she goes over and she says to the other bees, hey, listen, you like me? I'm going to bail out of here tomorrow. Be ready. Tomorrow morning, gouge yourself with as much honey as you can because we're going to take off. And sure enough, the next morning, it's like, gorgeous day like it is today. And off they go. See all the pollen on these bees?
Yeah.
On the legs?
Yeah.
But I don't see any eggs in there. So, but you thought you saw eggs in there.
Well, there's
Easy, don't go
pepper.
so fast. Don't move your hands fast. Don't forget. You get spanked if you get me stung.
Okay.
Okay.
That's not cap brood right there, though?
This is.
Yeah, down there. So we got,
Okay.
there is some queen in there doing something, maybe.
Those are drones. Those are workers. Oh, here's one hatched out. This was definitely a queen cell hatched out.
Okay.
And now they're ripping it down. But I don't think that this cell is from that swarm.
Okay.
Because usually they swarm out before the queens hatch out.
Oh, and they leave it hatching.
They let them hatch. Now you see that was an emergency cell too.
Now,
The other reason I'd say it probably has a queen in here is because they're very gentle. They're not excited at all. Now, you're probably wondering why it started down the bottom, and I didn't go into that one.
Yeah.
Because when you go into there, you're going to drive half the bees down to the bottom. So now when you open the bottom, you got twice as many bees in it.
Ah.
So now when you put the other one on top of this, and you drive the bees down, it doesn't make any difference.
Right. These two packages this year are different. They're definitely doing different than last year. Even
Did you get one Russian and one Italian?
No, I got two Italians.
Italians?
I almost think originally when I put them in the box behind you, it seemed like when I opened it there were much less bees the first week, like they went into this hive or they just totally swarmed immediately,
That could have happened.
leaving no queen. I think it was last Monday or last Friday. My friend seen you with your whole trailer full of hives heading into Southampton.
You saw me?
I didn't, my buddy did.
Oh.
Not too many guys driving around with a trailer full of hives.
I think I had about over 30 on that trailer that day. Just do a quick look for the queen.
So hard for me to find the queen. What do you look for besides just the queen? Like the signs that you might be in the right area.
Well, if there's eggs, it's easy. That's where she's laying eggs. You got to be around there. But what you do is she runs different than the other bees, and they'll get out of her way. Like one of these bees were running across the thing here.
Right.
And it was a queen. They get out of her way.
Make room for the queen. There she is, right there.
In you go.
She's just not laying many eggs, I guess.
She hasn't laid any yet that I saw. Let's look at this one. No, it's just filling the cells up with the sugar syrup.
Should I stop feeding them?
Well, I don't know how much more you can have in there. When I finish that off, just leave it. Okay, you lift the box up. I'll lift the cover off. You just sit right back on it. Put this in there.
Oh, look, they're doing good in there.
There's a frame you forgot, huh?
Hey, guys.
Yeah, I did forget to put one back in, didn't I? I can get that out of the house. I'll go get one. All right, let me get that.
All right, meanwhile, I'll look and see what we got in there. How fast this is. All right, this is loaded with drones.
Loaded with drones?
Mm-hmm. Got a drone layer on this one.
That's what we've been thinking.
But now we still don't have anything with eggs in it to put back in here.
Well, maybe one of those two.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We should
Yeah.
have taken it out of there first before we rile these bees all up. Yeah, these are all drone broods. All drones.
Hey, boys.
They're all boys, right?
All the eggs on.
Yeah, so that's my dilemma.
Well, what I would suggest, you know you have a queen in that. They ain't gonna do anything this season. I would unite that with this one.
How do I do that?
Piece of paper.
I have a piece of paper.
First what we gotta do is we gotta get all the bees out of the box though. So go over there.
Why won't we just take some eggs from one of those and put it in here so we can keep them and keep this
Then you
one?
have to hope they make a queen.
Oh,
This way we know you have a queen.
right.
There's only a fistful of bees over there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's not many. It was a small swarm.
And being that they're Russian and
matter.
Italian, they'll be
No,
friends.
when a queen goes out and gets mated, they call it free reign mating.
Mm.
In other words, if you had a really valuable dog, right, I'm sure you wouldn't just say, go out in the neighborhood and get fixed up. You want to take and find a nice mate for it. So what they do is they artificially inseminate a lot of queens. This way they can tell who the male is. Say this yard had nothing but, say, Russian bees in it, right? And you look at this one, all the frames, every frame was just loaded with eggs, you know, and just building up great. And you score them. How gentle are they? Very gentle. And you take frames out of here with eggs. And you start grafting them. And then now you're making a queen out of that. So now the queen hatches out. You go out and get them mated. Even if you bring it over to this yard, there's other bees in the neighborhood that might be fixing her up anyhow. So what you do is you get the drones right out of the hive and you actually artificially inseminate them. I had a queen there. They sell from $150 to $2,000.
Wow.
Now the $2,000 one is you get the whole hive though. It's a whole hive and it's, you know, she's laying. She doesn't have to be acclimated to another hive. Yeah, I don't see anything. Just a queen. And there's one of these workers causing all those eggs. Can you imagine that?
And what triggered her to start laying?
Oh, just something happened to the queen. It could have been when you shook them in. It could have been taking a frame out. You could bang her, you know. Then even though they traveled up together for about a week, right? They were together for a week.
Right.
Could have been that they just didn't like her. I said, okay, how much it will kill you?
We got plenty more where you came from.
That's a rough crowd.
Yeah. Yeah, queen cells right here. But they're not going to do any good because they're made from drone eggs. Yeah, it's the only stuff around. All right, so you want to try that?
Yes. What do you need me to do and what do you need me to get?
We need a piece of paper.
Okay. Here's the missing frame.
Okay.
A piece of newspaper, single piece? Is good? Or a couple?
Well, it's just got to fit across the top of this.
Okay.
I'm going to shake all the bees out, and then the bees are going to come back here. Well, except for the drone light.
Can you explain what you're doing and why?
I'm shaking all the bees off so they can fly back over there. Now, one of these bees is the drone layer, but she can't fly. So all the other bees are supposed to fly back there. See, they're going back in there already?
They're bumping me over there. They're getting excited. You don't wear a head net much, huh?
What?
You don't wear your head net much?
Yeah, don't I have it on? Oh. They're going back in?
Yes. Yeah, they're flocking right in. Like a busy day over here. Busy entrance. Now you want me to dump this over there too? The feeder? Or just leave it off? I'll just leave it off. We have a feeder on that one, so I don't need to put that one back. They can fly out of it when they want. I could carry it over there and just leave it off.
Well, what you do, yeah, let's even leave that over here.
Bring it over there?
Yeah, because if you leave it like that, they're only gonna, all the other hives are gonna rub out of it.
Alright. So now one of those over there isn't going to fly away.
What?
One of these is never going to fly.
What do you mean?
One of those bees on the ground there.
Oh, yeah?
Is the drone layer.
Yeah, but a lot of other ones won't too. The young ones that don't know where the hell the hive was. That's never been out of the hive, but that's alright. Alright, now, you gotta put a piece of paper over the top of that.
Yep, I got the paper right in the back.
You get the business section?
These hitting stuff.
You need the business section because we take care of business now.
Oh, and the deer, look at
Oh,
that.
the deer. There's only one animal I hate worse than deer. That's bears. You can't believe what a bear can do to a hive.
Oh, I didn't even.
They can't get the frames out. They take and just actually take a big bite right out of the wood on the side.
Wow.
Wow.
Now, can you get that super off the
You just can put it right on top here?
Yeah, so
I'll just go get that one and bring it over?
Yeah.
And then they'll remember where they live?
Give me a minute. No, because they're not going to be able to find out where they live. All right, set it on the top. Here you go. This is where it ends up.
How am I doing?
There you got to come to me a little bit. Well, just feel it.
Yeah.
Feel for it. Just come over this way.
Yeah.
Why did you put the paper there?
So
Yeah.
that,
I'm on it now.
so that those little holes will let the smell go in between them before the bees can come up, and they get used to the other smell. And they'll smell the pheromones from that queen.
Wow.
And then they'll say, okay, we got a queen. That's all we need. Yeah, I think your daughter should have been out here doing this, getting used to this. You know, when I was younger, like I was 8, I was made to go out in the bee yard. And I thought playing ball was a lot more fun than getting stung by bees. Then when I was around 14 or 15, you know, I found out about girls. I still thought that the girls were more fun than getting stung by bees. Now at my age, it's just getting stung by bees.
Now these bees that are up top that want to get out, would they work their way through that paper to get out?
Yeah.
What, in a day or so?
Yeah, maybe 2 days.
How long could a bee stay up in this top box without having to get out? A couple days?
Oh yeah, longer than that. Sometimes when they move across country, they're in for a week, 2 weeks.
Really?
Okay, these are all right for you?
Yeah, they seem to be doing fine, those do.
This one's trying to get it advanced.